So, this is Sean Richter with the Marvel Report. I'm here at Heroes and Villains Fan Fest 2017 with the lovely Ming-Na Wen.
Hello. Hi, Sean.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm excellent. I'm excited to finally actually sit down and talk to you for the first time.
Well, you should
ever.
be.
Yeah.
No, I'm
well,
just
yeah, I am. How many minutes of sleep are you running on right now? I don't even think you can measure it in hours, can you?
No, I can measure it in hours.
Okay.
I mean, I generally try to get 6 hours.
Yeah.
But
that's not bad.
But I fail majority of the time. And yesterday I was trying to get 6 hours. I went to bed at 9:30. Figuring,
That's
okay,
early.
9:30, get up at 3. So
Okay.
I got a little. My dog woke me up.
Oh, no.
At midnight. He never does that.
Of
I was
course.
so mad at him. I was so mad at
So
him.
I saw you got up at 3:45 this morning. You tweeted.
3.
3?
3.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, even earlier to catch a flight to come up here and visit with us fans. Because it's funny when you said in your panel, I'm crazy, I was actually going to open with, you're crazy
Yeah.
in the interview because so many times I've seen on Twitter, you'll shoot until 5, 6, 7 o'clock on a Friday night and then you'll hop on a red eye and you'll fly to Baltimore or something crazy
Yes.
and get no sleep
Yeah.
to hang out with us fans. Why do you do that?
Because, a lot of times we live in this little bubble, and I find that with these cons, it's a chance for me to connect with the fans, number one. It's so much fun, and also it kind of reminds me and confirms that what I do is not just for entertainment, but that it does have a very lovely positive impact, and
Absolutely,
and
yeah.
it's just a win-win situation.
Yeah.
So
Well, when you hear somebody like the girl on the panel that talked about how much Mulan meant to her and influenced her.
yes, yeah, and I hear those stories a lot, and it's just wonderful to be able to because I'm a theater girl at heart.
Yeah.
So it's really, really great to be able to just make that connection with the audience.
Awesome. You're pretty busy today. You're only here for one day.
I'm only here for one day.
Are you flying home tonight too?
I'm flying home tonight.
Flew up in the morning.
Yes.
Panel, photos.
Yes.
Autographs, meeting the fans.
Yes.
Crazy. All right, let's talk.
It can be done.
Let me ask you this.
I'm on mission.
I'm sure you will succeed.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Probably.
I will.
When you took the role of Melinda May, did you have any idea? Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is different than a lot of TV shows in that there are conventions like this.
Yeah.
Where you
Yeah.
get to meet the fans. And
Yeah.
there are a lot of them. I don't know how many.
And you get fans that make stuff like this for you. I don't know if you
Whoa.
can
Can we give a shout out to somebody? Do you know who made that? Do you remember?
see. Yeah, I mean this company, I can't remember, but she even wrote the cavalry on it.
Oh, nice.
It's called Excavation.
Awesome.
Yeah, Tracy, I believe was her name.
Tracy from Excavation,
I
a
hope
free
I
shout
remember
out.
that
There you
properly.
go.
Yeah.
So my question was, when you took this role, did you have any idea? Was there any thought in your mind, I'm going to get to go to conventions and meet fans? Like a lot of shows,
No,
you don't
none.
get this experience. You
None.
don't get to meet fans, take photos
I mean,
with
because
them.
I was doing Stargate Universe, I'd done Chung-Li, so that's all kind of like that same genre. Aki Ross in Final Fantasy, The Spirits Within. This whole phenomenon of Comic Cons is fairly new. I think not the cons itself,
Right.
but the vastness of every weekend there's some con
Yes.
going on somewhere.
Well, it's growing, it's evolving.
Yeah.
I mean, for example, Heroes and Villains, where we are today.
Yes.
The reason I fly up here from San Diego is there are a lot of actors here, and it's a small, intimate setting.
Yes.
It's not.
It's
I
not so
love,
overwhelming like San Diego.
I love San Diego, but it is what it is. You don't get to walk up and talk to Ming-Na Wen for a couple minutes, or
Yes.
if you're lucky enough to get an
I'm just
autograph.
waiting for the restraining order to kick in.
So when you started this journey 5 or 6 years ago, whenever it was,
Speaking of friends,
I'm getting a photo with that guy in his Wonder Woman costume later, and it's going to be
are
epic.
you wearing a Wonder Woman costume,
Did you? John Barrowman's going to crash our interview.
It's Wonder Man
Wonder Man.
with high heels.
And it looks fabulous. I'm going to get out of the way of that one. Or should I get in the middle of that one? I don't. Oh boy. That's going to be my Facebook avatar for the rest of my life. That's awesome. I'm going to be in my Batman costume, by the way, Wonder Man. So I'll see you there. What was I even talking about?
I don't know.
I don't know. This is like you and your
Friends.
panel. Where were we?
I know,
don't know.
totally.
Okay. I know what I was going to say. When you first, again, going back to when you first took the role, did you have any idea that you'd still be doing this 5 seasons later? I mean, I'm sure you were hopeful. But
Yeah,
did you guys all did you ever talk about this kind of stuff
all
together?
the time,
Yeah.
because These days, for a show to even have one full season is a miracle, let alone
They
being
seem
on
to
its
be
fifth.
very quick
But
to pull the plug
yes,
on stuff. Which
yes.
just seems
By the
crazy.
second episode, if you're not making it, then
Right.
you're done.
Why? Why do they do that? That's
I don't
weird.
know. There's really just a lack of patience because
Yeah.
it's an art form and it needs time to develop.
It does.
Needs time to breathe. And what's so amazing for us is that we just premiered our fifth season episode yesterday.
Which I didn't see, by the way, because I was
that's
here,
okay.
so don't spoil any
No
more than you
worries.
already have.
But
It's okay.
the accolades that we're getting on Twitter and from our fans and the reviews that we've been getting where they're saying, this is the best season yet, and if you haven't watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., you're missing out.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen often either.
Yeah.
So we really feel like we're doing something right, and we have an incredible, loyal fan base. So, it's exciting.
Well, I'll give you an honest critique of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and you know what a fan I am.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, the first several episodes of season 1, it kind of didn't feel like it had a direction.
Right.
Like it was kind of all over the place. I mean, it was good, but it just kind of felt
Yeah.
like one episode was there, one was there, and somewhere around the middle of season 1, it all kind of seemed to gel and head in one direction. And season 2 and 3 were great. Season 4 was just
amazing,
ridiculous.
Yeah.
You guys,
Yeah.
I don't know what happened between 3 and 4. I love the pod idea where you have 3 kind of separate stories instead of one.
I think that really helped so much in because it's very hard to tell a 22 episode arc.
It's just
It
slow.
slows things
it's
down.
Very slow.
It gets convoluted. There's almost incest in trying to rehash certain characters.
Yeah.
And to have a shorter pod where you have an 8-episode arc, it makes for a much better storytelling.
It's much more manageable.
Yes,
I
and
think
it's
you can tell.
exciting.
It's
Yeah.
like watching a 3-hour.
There's a beginning, a middle, and an end more quickly.
Yeah, it's like if you go to the movies, you wouldn't want to watch a 7-hour movie.
No.
But 2 hours in, 3 hours in, you're like,
Right,
oh
how
my
long?
God,
This movie is so
takes forever.
long.
So I don't know, where did
Yeah.
that idea originate, do you know?
I think it originated in a couple of aspects. One was that, we don't have a continuous season anymore like we used to. We grew up where you started a show in the fall and it just goes through completely, no interruption. Now there's all these interruptions and some repeat episodes and I think with the pod it was a great way to be able to tell a complete story and then take a break.
Yeah.
And then be able to come back, let's say Christmas break, and then come back and tell another set of stories.
Right.
And I think it was based on a combination of those things.
Right, and I was not thrilled when I heard that the season was starting so late.
Yeah.
But when I heard that they were essentially doing that so that we don't have those breaks, because those, as a fan, those are so annoying.
Yes.
When you see a fantastic episode and you're on the edge of your seat, and then it comes up at the end and says, back in 3 weeks or something. You're like, oh my God, I can't believe we got to wait almost a month for another episode. So I'm going to really be excited to see just 1 week. It's going to be,
Hopefully.
It's going to make season 4, like I said, it seemed to move so much better and be more fluid, but you still had these chops in it.
Yes, but there was a completed storyline.
Right. This season, you're still doing pods, is that right? I thought I read that on Twitter yesterday.
Yeah, we're doing 2 pods instead.
2, okay.
So, one, I think it's going to be about 11, 12 episode arc, and then, but still much more manageable than doing 22. Yeah.
So who, I know you have some new people on the show.
A lot of new people.
And I'm going to be honest, as a fan, I do this stuff, but I'm a fan too, so I try not to read, so-and-so has been brought on the show as this character. So I've tried to avoid all that stuff. Who are some of the people that we brought on board this year that
well,
are really
we
exciting?
have a character named Deke. He's introduced in the premiere episode when you watch it, so not much of a spoiler there. His name is Jeff Ward, ironically. His last name is Ward.
Oh, no relation.
There's a character named Tess that's coming on. Dove Cameron, I can't tell what character she's playing, but she's coming on as a special guest.
I think they just announced her last week. Right?
Yes, they just announced her last week. I'm trying to think who else I can announce without getting into
so
trouble.
Many people.
I think that's it.
Don't get into trouble. Yeah, I don't want you to get
I can
into
say
trouble.
we have some Crees also, some blue
Crees,
people. Yeah,
okay.
so that's
Kolpak's son coming back as a Cree. He played half a Cree, I remember.
Yes, he did.
Way back in the day.
He did.
Speaking of Kolpak, I know Mark pretty well, and I've done a couple of panels with him. Can you just talk for a minute before we're done here about, those guys are so essential to what you guys do?
Beyond essential. Without him and what he can do with the small budget that I'm sure he has.
And the short time frame.
And in the short, this year he's got a little bit longer of a time frame because we came back so late.
Right.
but it's remarkable what he's capable of doing. It always blows me away, and he's just such an artist, and he's a consummate perfectionist. And the thing is that he can see it in his head, like he can visualize every aspect of it, and then he will be able to place us specifically like a chess piece where he wants us in association with these these special effects that all we see are blue screens, green screens,
and people shaking your chairs, like
and
you said in the
people
panel,
shaking our chairs.
How do you keep a straight face when that's going on?
It's impossible. We really have to concentrate really hard, and then he's as essential as the directors, as the actors, as our crew, but sometimes I feel like even more so because the visuals really excites our fans.
Yeah, well, it's such
and
a
it
big
excites us. I mean,
aspect of the show.
these cockroaches that we have, these roaches we call them.
Yeah.
They they're frightening.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Well, thank you so much for spending a few minutes with me. I know you're tired. I know there's a bunch of people waiting out there to see you and take pictures with you and
so.
sign autographs. So that's it from the Marvel Report, Heroes and Villains Fan Fest 2017.
Yay!